All right. Welcome in, everybody, to the Friday edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 12:20 on the East Coast. We got some day baseball games. We got some midday footy as well. MLS game tonight, plus college football. So on that Friday episode, sometimes we got to get a little bit creative, but it's the number one spot to be securing that extra weekend bankroll to be tapping in on Saturdays at 10:30 for paid for play, and then Sunday morning QBs at 10 a.m. for your college football and NFL slates. Best way to get locked in right before they go live. It's all powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be hopping into their DMs for a weekend, week, or month. We're live on Twitter. Hit that link up in the title if you want to be tapped in with the rest of the fellas and ladies on the YouTube channel to be featured, to screen grab your best bets when they cash, to roast us, to whatever you want to do. We got the best subs out there. So that's the way that you are part of the show, day in, day out. But Sosa, I haven't gotten lunch yet. How you doing?
Hey, man,
So I'm
listen,
hungry.
I
I'm real
told you to
hungry.
send me the order, all right?
Oh,
You
I'm
got to
getting
give me
there.
the zip code for the DoorDash. This is on you, personally. For me, bro, last night, you know what, bro? It was definitely on my bingo card that Tua Tagovailoa was going to get put to sleep. It was on my bingo card. It was on your bingo card too, right?
No. My bingo
Oh,
card was just Joe Burrow's
oh,
face. That was just my bingo card, which is a big
oh,
selfie of Joe Burrow.
okay. All right. I'm just making sure because like the the post game Monday morning quarterbacking is fucking hilarious to me. Like obviously the Bengals won the game, but hello. Yeah, but again, how many reps you think he got during the week? I mean, it's a short week and you're trying to install for a different defense. I don't think he got that many. I don't think it was that.
Wasn't it us yesterday that's just saying we should just get rid of the Thursday night football games, number one, just in general? And two, I mean, my bingo card was one, Joe Burrow doesn't let me down. And two, it was just the Bengals could put in a game script last night where they didn't have to do anything dangerous, play a mall game, and you just win at home.
I mean,
Vegas knew something as well because they never took the hook off the whole time. And yeah, you can say the Dolphins was the right side, but the game's a game. I mean,
the game is the
injuries
game.
happen all the
Absolutely.
time. Same thing with player props, as we're going to get into with the NBA season. You just don't like to see the outcome of what happened. They go 100 real quick. No one can come at it with a competent mind, and there really isn't sometimes when you see something that drastic on the field.
Again, for me, it was just it was a messed up situation. It's sad to see him go down, but again, I see people saying that the NFL is going to investigate it. Listen, nothing will happen to the Dolphins in this situation. The NFL literally lines the situation this way so that there is no kickback on them. They will simply say that an independent neurologist cleared Tua to return to the game on Sunday. You also can't diagnose someone with a second concussion unless he was diagnosed with a first one. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we all know what the optics look like. We saw on Sunday when he was stumbling, and then we saw last night when he was completely out, right? But listen, there's no way to go back in history and revisit looking at his brain. Like we can't do that. If that was the case, it would easily be, oh man, they're liable for something. But this is why the NFL does that. This is why they hire a third party, unbiased doctor to give the dissemination on what went down with the player. This is what they do. It isn't by accident. They do it on purpose so that they aren't liable when situations like what happened last night happens. Is it okay? Is it acceptable? No. But this is what happens when something is collectively bargained. The players have signed up for this sort of situation. People don't want to be honest about it, though. They like to be like, hindsight lookers, people who see things in a lens that's super clear after the fact.
Stop watching football.
That's what I'm saying. If
But
that's
no one's
the
going to
case,
do
what are
that.
you going to do? But like I said, that's really an issue for me. I had to get it off my chest because I see a bunch of Twitter doctors and a bunch of what's the word I'm looking for?
Revisionist history
No.
experts, jackasses.
Moral. Hold on.
Don't
This
say
is
the
what it
three
is.
letters. Don't say the 3 letters.
People are moral grandstanders. Y'all want to stand and talk and sound like ethereal smart beings after someone gets hurt so it looks good to people on your fucking timeline. All right? Donald Parham last year in a Thursday night game got put to fucking sleep when he didn't make a catch against Kansas City. You know what the cameras did? The cameras fucking zoomed in on him while his hands tensed up, and they had to carry him off the field on a fucking stretcher, just like last night. This ain't the first time we've seen it. This ain't the first time we've seen it on a national televised game. But again, the NFL puts themselves in these situations, and they can immediately remove themselves by simply saying an independent doctor said he was good to go. And that's it. The conversation's over. You can't investigate shit. A professional who was employed to understand how the human brain works said Tua could go back out and play in Buffalo. Best of luck trying to sue, because it will never work. It will never hold up in court. We as fans, we know what we saw. We know what we saw. We saw Tua completely disoriented on Sunday. We saw that. We know what the optics tell us. But a doctor said he's good. I'm not a doctor. Are you a doctor?
Of bird law.
Right. So we can't really say shit. We know what we saw, though. Obviously, last night, it scared everybody. Oh, man, it's so much scarier. It's so scarier because we've seen him tense up, his body have that neurological reaction to having his head hit. But the moral grandstanders only pop up when shit like that happens. They won the game on Sunday. Didn't nobody give a fuck about what happened to them prior to them winning the game? Nobody gave a fuck. They won the game. Everyone forgets. And like I said, it's a bunch of bullshit, and fans just want to fake care. I hate that. That's something that just rubs me the wrong way, that I had to make sure that I get that cleared up. Also, with the props last night, thought Gesicki would have a game. Had no idea the quarterback would die mid-game. I had no idea he would just be completely done and taken off on a stretcher. That wasn't on my bingo card, like I said. But yeah, that's pretty much it in regards to last night's game. Shout out to Joe Burrow.
Shout out to Marlon.
Great against backups. He played great against the backups, just like he did against Baltimore last year. Second time they played great. Shout out to him.
Shout out to the Marlins, the fish. They came through.
Them too.
But we'll go with the MLB first. Then we'll get into the college football slate. We do have an MLS game. We do have some European footy action throughout the day as well. So be dropping your best bets in that. I'll have one in the MLS. So we'll get 3 little segments in there. Then at the end, it's Friday.
I was at that game. I saw
Deshaun Jackson got the same thing going across the middle against the Falcons. I mean, it happens because it's football, but
right, the game is the game. Like I said, the revisionist and the moral grandstanders blow me. So miss me with that bullshit, because you didn't have the same stance 3 fucking days ago. Kick rocks. In regards to Major League Baseball, we're revisiting Major League Baseball because today is a boring fucking sports day. For me,
I'll start it off for you.
Let's go.
Remember I was calling for the Phillies to fold the franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Phillies money line game 1, parlaying it with Phillies money line game 2 plus 130.
Let's get it.
You got Falter and Noah on the mound. Nothing could go wrong with starter 5 and starter 6. Nothing could go wrong in Washington today.
Nothing at all.
And Sandy's on the mound against the Brewers tonight too. If the Phillies have any dog left in them, they get one at least.
That's
what I'm saying.
You gotta win. It's a must-win situation every night now for the
Philadelphia Phillies. Parlay of the season, my 4th parlay in Daily Bread history over 300 days. Phillies double up.
Let's get it. I love it. We're rocking with your squad tonight. I'm excited about it. Yeah. For me in baseball, I'm going to keep it real simple. Dodgers team total against Chad Kuhl, Kershaw on the mound. I think getting him back and getting him this last start prior to the playoffs is very important. We want to make sure that he's 100% good to go. I like the Dodgers team total over 5 at -114. I'm cool with the flat number of 5. I mean 4.5. Obviously, you'd prefer it because a 5 is a winner, but 4.5 being at like -160 is completely pointless. Like the Dodgers team total today, probably my best bet. Only have one other play that I really love, and that's in the Baltimore Orioles New York Yankees game. I like the over 7.5 runs. I believe that both pitchers are considerably mid. You got Herman and Lyles. I really feel like Baltimore, obviously they're on life support. The game's at Yankee Stadium. Baltimore's on life support. We obviously are very high on this team from a future standpoint, but right now they're just young and they're not quite there yet. And that's proving, right? Like we saw them go on their run, but they've obviously kind of fallen off. So for me, those are my two plays: the over 7.5 in the Yankee Baltimore game and the Dodgers team total over 5.
Let's just hope Judge gets it today so they don't interrupt football. And is
I
there
hope he
any other
doesn't get it.
sport where they do like Eastern or Western Conference like record-breaking performance and hype it up this much? Do they?
You know what, man? It's baseball. Certain groups of people love baseball.
No, it's just the only way to make it relevant while football's around, NHL's around the corner, and MLS is on. No, I'm just fucking with you. That one will never pass it. But with the NBA, I mean, NBA Media Day just outshines just right to like end the season baseball. I mean, you have the Rays and the Mariners in a dope like contention to see who gets the last two spots and who gets the upper advantage, and that's just not being talked about.
Absolutely.
We got to talk about what Roddy brought up. Mets versus Braves. Yes, definitely going to be an epic series when you get the pitching matchup, the pitching schedule that they have for the 3 games here. You got the Grom at Atlanta tonight. You got them, the Grom with the -134 next to his name. Nothing here.
I would lean first 5 under. First 5 under is
The
kind of
total 6, by the way.
Yeah, first 5 under, 3.5 is at -140. I mean, it holds very little value. You're gonna lean towards the both lineups struggling pretty mightily. I mean, one doesn't play great against lefties, and the other one is Jacob deGrom. So yeah, I mean that'd be probably my only look. The first 5 under 3.5. I mean, it's a lean, but again, the juice on it's outrageous because of what you just said. The pitching matchup entails that we're supposed to get a low scoring, grinded out, boring baseball game. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, there ain't much. I mean, all the rest, not many teams within contention anymore. I mean, you got like the Diamondbacks and the Cubs, so you got the young players who are stepping up for it. So it's tough to always fade against them. But I just think the Nats are just that low right now without Meneses. I mean, other than Meneses, I don't really like any of their young pieces. So that's why I got to do that double up.
Let's get it. I'm with it. 100%.
College football time.
Let us proceed. Last week you got us paid with Virginia and Syracuse. So
yeah,
here we are again.
My green wave shirt was dirty today.
We're rocking
Forgot
with
to get
Tulane?
it clean because Tulane's playing at Houston tonight.
Okay.
Tulane's could be a decent hungry dog. I haven't been impressed with Houston whatsoever, but Tulane just came off a loss against Southern Miss. Houston just came off barely a win against Rice. Total spread here at 4. We'll be staying away. We'll get to – I don't like to do this. Do you know how many times I had UCLA money line locked in and ready? Washington -2.5, -110. We're trusting Penix on the road tonight. The road Pac-12 game is always the sleepy spot for where you get the decently ranked team over it. Just the fact that UCLA couldn't have it against their name and who UCLA has played so far this season has been kind of trash. I think Washington's a little bit more well-tested at this point. So, therefore, I think Washington has what it go with him and Kalen DeBoer match back up. I'll take Washington -2.5 at -110.
I'm not going head to head with you 2 days in a row. So
I knew you'd be liking Chip and his boys tonight. This would
you
be
know
the
I
perfect
love
one for
Chip is
them to
my
show
guy,
out. Just
man.
watching too much of their games. Maybe they're playing down to their competition or whatever, but I just like what Washington has played through so far this season, that I think they're more suited to play this game
I
at
like
this
the
point.
over more than anything. If I had a lean, I like the over. I think both teams get up and down the field. Obviously, we know how we are fully aware of how Chip Kelly plays. I mean, it's Brady Singer Day. It's also the end of the year where teams don't seem to be giving a fuck very much about baseball. So if I'm gonna lean anyway in regards to Brady Singer, I'm gonna go first five, probably first five run line, first five money line, whichever holds the most value. But I just took a look at the things that I really love. The Yankees game, I think, goes over. I think that's my favorite play in baseball. And then obviously the Dodgers team
Back to
total. I
back.
love the lineup would entail that we look like we should put up 5 runs against the starting pitcher that we're going to see tonight. Like so that's really just how I'm viewing it at this time.
Yep. So then there's 2 more, or actually I think 3 more college football games tonight. You got Boise and San Diego State. Boise, this is a put up or shut up moment for the program and the current coaching because hot waters. You got people transferring out midseason already. You got San Diego State, who isn't as tough as they usually are each season.
Yep.
This is a big put up or shut up moment for them. Not going to be trying to be back in that game in any sort of way. And then the last one we got on the board tonight. Doesn't it seem too easy to fade Middle Tennessee after beating Miami? You got UTSA coming in here. You got Clark at quarterback. I'm just sticking with the first half over 31.5 at even on draft.
Yeah. See, I agree with what you're saying in regards to like it possibly being a prime spot, but it also could be a prime spot for a program to prove that they're better than their usual competition. I think you can look at it both ways. Obviously, Miami on paper was the more talented team, right?
Yep.
But obviously, Middle Tennessee State, they executed at a higher level, and they just made so many. They got so many chunk plays. I could not believe Miami's defensive backfield was that terrible. Their secondary
Well,
was.
didn't they cost you in some big game or earlier this season? I mean, the writing was almost on the wall with Miami, where they
Right,
were
the week before. Remember the week before? Who was it? Southern Miss. Remember Southern Miss in the first half? They struggled with Southern Miss. It was like, how the fuck is this possible?
Yep. So
And then
31
Tennessee just
and a
served.
half. First half, minus 110 for UTSA, Middle Tennessee. I think both teams moved the ball well.
That right there was what got me. They had the one receiver score the 99-yarder, and like that's what I'm saying. The chunk plays, those chunk plays were insane.
Well, let's see some more tonight then.
Hey, I like the first half overcall. I'm right there with you. I think we get offense. This is what these smaller conference games always look like, and that's what it's supposed to look like.
That's true. Southern Miss is spending that far of money.
Well, they got what did Middle Tennessee State? I think Middle Tennessee State got like $1.6 million to go to Miami to beat the shit out of them.
Yep.
It's pretty sweet. So that works out.
But tomorrow, you'll see Roddy, myself, Goose, Sam, JD, all live, 10:30, same YouTube channel, different Twitter handle at Paid for Play.
I might be making an appearance on not this week. I think next week. We play BYU next week.
Yes, next week.
I'll be on Paid for Play next week.
Yeah, that's where I might be at game day next week. So perfect time for you to step in when I'll be out. I'm going to stay away from Boise. I mean, I just can't, as Cornwall said, can't really lay the points with them. It's a put up or shut up game, so I can see them running it out because this is a down year for SDSU. But JD also has last night, if you're a DFS guy, he's got your Saturday slate picked out. If you need advice, sleeper, budget picks, whatever you need, JD got you covered. Our YouTube channel as well, Extra Dough with JD. Be tapped in with him to check what out he's got there. Other than that, we got NHL around the corner. Should we bring one NHL play a day? Maybe we bring that to Daily Bread. You sound very confident since you're on mute.
Every single day except one. Every single day, at least one. One play. Listen, I'm ready for basketball. I'm ready for the NFL. I'm ready for more NFL, all that shit. It's just,
And we got no more international break until the World Cup. So
we
got
will be doing an
domestic
NBA
play.
futures. We got to do an NBA futures space here in the next 7 days or so. We're gonna dip into those, some win totals, some
I was about
fucking.
to say, I went 2-0 on the win totals last year, so we definitely got to run that back.
And we would have been good. I mean, we were spot on with the MVP stuff, but obviously Jokic won it again. But we had the guy who finished second or third, like. And also, very surprising, I had Bam Adebayo future last year for Defensive Player of the Year, but he missed like 2 months. If he didn't miss 2 months, he probably would have been right there in the mix. But the game is the game, and here we are. Any thoughts on the
No,
Clippers game
we
tonight?
don't bet preseason anything. Mo's just fucking with us. He already
We don't
knows.
bet preseason shit on the
He
show.
already knows. He's just fucking with
You
us.
should know the rules by now. Don't waste your money on players who are going to be in the G League in 2 months.
Go play a hand of live dealer blackjack.
Yeah, go to the casino. Something.
No, don't leave your couch.
Okay, well, it's still Friday, so. But anyway, enjoy your Friday. Let's get this money and let's
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some lunch. So I'll send you the Venmo request quite
Perfect.
soon.
Perfect. Let me know.
Until tomorrow, paid for play, 10:30. Like, sub, retweet, follow. We out.
Peace.